Hello, and welcome to my diversity field experience on generalized anxiety disorder. I am Melanie Ralston. So, what is generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD? It is a disorder characterized by excessive or unrealistic anxiety about two or more aspects of life, such as work, social relationships, or financial matters. It is often accompanied by symptoms such as heart palpitations, shortness of breath, and or dizziness. A few web resources that I researched and found has a lot of good information regarding generalized anxiety disorder. They are Mental Health of America, National Alliance on Mental Illness, National Institute of Mental Health, and Active Minds. I encourage you to look more into these websites if you'd like more information regarding generalized anxiety disorder. For my experience, I interviewed, observed, and interacted with 3 people that have been diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. One was a male in his early 20s, one was a female in her early 30s, and one was a male in his early 40s. I also researched to bring you the most up-to-date information regarding my topic. So during my entire experience, I noticed even though they were different aged participants, there were many similarities regarding the signs and symptoms of generalized anxiety disorder. They are feeling nervous, irritable, or on edge, having a sense of impending doom, having an increased heart rate, breathing rapidly or sweating, feeling tired, difficulty concentrating, having trouble sleeping, and experiencing GI problems. Also, treatment involves, for most of my participants, they either are currently or have in the past taken medication, done some behavior therapy, and relaxation techniques such as yoga or exercise. How anxiety develops. Research has linked anxiety to a complex set of risk factors, genetics, brain chemistry, personality, and life events. A few differences that I experienced and noticed was how anxiety affects gender. Anxiety disorders occur earlier in women than in men. Women are more likely to have multiple psychiatric disorders during their lifetime than men. The most common to occur with anxiety is depression, and differences in brain chemistry between genders may account for at least part of these differences. There are several types of anxiety. It's not just located and centralized around generalized anxiety disorder. There's also panic disorder, agoraphobia, which is a fear and when you avoid places or situations that might cause you to panic and make you feel trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. There's social anxiety disorder, specific phobia, and post-traumatic stress disorder. And as you can see by the pie charts, what women experience and what men experience, and the different types of anxiety they may experience. I also researched because I wanted to see how this affects different countries, and it looks like this is the 2017 count, and this is the most up-to-date that I could find for anxiety. And it looks like USA has 20 million people that suffer from anxiety disorders. China and India, 44 million, and Brazil is at 13 million. And I was very surprised, and I'm just wondering what is happening in these countries that so many people are suffering from anxiety disorders. And now I'm going to take you to a video on what people with anxiety want you to know. And I included this slide for future educators on what anxiety can look like in the classroom, because over the course of my experience, all 3 participants said that they had very sad experiences, to say the least. Their teachers didn't know what to do with them. They were known as the problem children of the classroom. And I just feel like as future educators, we really need to look at why children are behaving in the way that they are. So when you do have your own classroom or you're experiencing some of these symptoms, possibly with children, you may want to look further into it, possibly looking at if children are inattentive and restless, if they have attendance problems, disruptive behavior, trouble answering questions in class, frequent trips to the nurse or bathroom, being clingy and not turning in homework, also avoiding socializing or group work. Another thing that I learned over the course of my experience was just that people with anxiety, suffering from anxiety disorders, are really fighting their own battles, their individual battles on the inside. And as someone looking at them from the outside, I really feel that empathy plays a huge part in helping them through, or just, sometimes maybe it's just getting through the day. And a couple of quotes that really rang true for me after doing this field experience was, never look down on anybody unless you're helping them up. And true empathy requires that you step outside your own emotions to view things entirely from the perspective of the other person. Thank you.